Hello and welcome to another video about the Intellivision Amico, and I'll be summing up a few things in this video, since if I made separate videos about each thing along the way, they might just be a couple of minutes each, so I just saved a few up until I just had one video to make about the whole thing. So first up, I'm going to be talking about Ninja Kitty going over the Amico investment video. There's also some Gamescom 2021 event stuff. And as we get to the end, I'll look at OEB Pete's latest, where he's sporting a moustache to show that he's not really 12 years old. In fact, he looks more like the late actor Terry Thomas. And of course, if anyone's going to go into bat for the Intellivision Amico and say the sun is shining when there's Hurricane Ida knocking on your front door, it's OEB Pete. Okay, so the first thing we're covering is Ninja Kitty's investment video with old dodgy Neil Patel. I'll put links to all these videos in the description below that I'll feature today, but I used to subscribe to this guy, and he's probably got loads of he had loads of subscribers last time I looked, but my god, doesn't he talk a right load of old crap. He just makes endless videos about how to improve your SEO, which is search engine optimization, but basically every single video is just to promote his pointless Uber Suggest website. So you just go and use his website, type stuff in, and apparently that's best for what you then put in Google. He talks an absolute load of old hogwash. He's as much a hack as those big YouTubers who tell you how to, be really big on YouTube, like Brian G. Johnson, who I covered recently. He has 161,000 subscribers. Brian G. Johnson, 32 times the number of subscribers I have. Yet if you look at his channel, I've got about 45,000 views. He's got just like about, last time I checked, about 125,000 views. It was about 135,000 last time I checked his. When I made the video, sorry, about that. But it dropped down to 125,000 today. So and then he's got another channel about how to amplify your income, and then he abandoned that over a year ago. And then just recently, he made a video about how to revive a dead channel. I mean, it's unbelievable. And as someone else pointed out in the comments on that particular video, there's one recent video where he talks about how to get 1 million views on your YouTube video, and then the video of his own about that has just over 6,000. So he talks a whole lot of crap. Along the way, Tommy Tallarico spent a long time talking about how many billions mobile phone games make from in-app purchases and DLC. But then he's told us that there will be no in-app purchases or paid-for DLC on the Amico. And casual gamers, which is what he wants to target for the Amico, they use their mobile phone because they have it with them while they're out and about. They don't come home and boot up a console that costs as much as a Nintendo Switch. And if the kids were going to ask for anything between an Amico and a Switch, despite what you think if you just watch the Crayola event, they're going to ask for a Switch. Oh, and then as we got towards the end of the video, this was an absolute joke. If you invest money, you can see how much money you'll make on the Amico itself. Apparently, as Ninja Kitty said, this video was made about March this year, so even by then, they assumed it was going to come out by October, or maybe they still thought it was April by that point. And by July you'll be making all that much bank, and then December a load, and then of course December you'll make nothing because the thing's not coming out until next year at the earliest. And they're just look at all that. I mean, it's like one of those ridiculous global warming charts that just says, oh, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. Global warming, climate change, whatever you want to call that scam that they're blaming humans on everything for, that's been going 4.6 billion years the Earth before we were around. It's a cycle. The whole thing's a cycle. It gets hotter, it gets cooler, it gets hotter, it gets cooler. But if you just get Greta Thunberg to give a speech, all the climate cucks will think that, hey, if it's just going up, it's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. They'll be bringing back Arrow with their song, Hot, Hot, Hot. And she'll be doing a cover version. And, so anyway, as you can see, the point is the graph's just going up and up and up. It's 1,000% nearly. And yeah, so June 22, October 22, February 23, all the way up to like late 2024. You know, I think the thing will come out. I think it'll be like the Atari VCS. If it does ever come out, and I never thought the VCS would, then they'll just push it out the door, put out whatever half-finished games they've got for it, if they have got anything ready for it, and then within a year it'll be toast. I mean, Atari have given the Atari of today have clearly given up on the VCS. They're just not bothered with it. You don't hear anyone talking about it. It just gets more use as a paperweight for anyone who spent $400 on that thing. But yeah, look at that. You know, it's. I'm also thinking of Disco Stew from an episode of The Simpsons, where I think another investors sort of market thing, where he talked about. I think it was about platform shoes coming back, or 70s fashion in general, and he just had a graph like that and just said, "Hey, if these trends continue, hey," as he did a Fonzie thumbs up. We can see the motion controls don't work. Games like Cornhole are still in the prototype stage. And I still don't get why Tommy insists on paying everyone six-figure salaries, like he's claimed, because so far they're producing broken games and getting zero revenue from these games. I mean, I do hope everyone who's invested their money into this, you know, especially if you've paid 10 grand or more, whatever it is, you know, just get your money out. Because when Intellivision declare bankruptcy, it's all over for everyone. Oh, and this chip shortage thing. This is an absolute nonsense. For a start, this is 2016 mobile phone technology. Don't blame the pandemic. Tommy Tallarico could easily have bought all the chips he needs right at the very start. You do not leave it 3 years into a console's development cycle and not even begin to buy all the parts that you need. I mean, it's been over 3 years anyway. It was first announced at some event. I forget which one it was. Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I've no idea. That one comes up a lot. I've mentioned it before. But anyways, it was an event in October 2018. That's when the Amico was first announced. And then, so they will have been working on it before then. So over 3 years of development, this thing has been in. And they still haven't, you know, and Cornhole's in its prototype stage. And motion controls don't work and nothing's working. So this is not going to happen. Now, when it comes to the chip shortages, I know that Darius Truxton talked about this meaning a potato chip shortage. Now, given that we call potato chips crisps, I was thinking of chips that go with fish at the local chippy. So, similar thing, just sort of snack food in general. When it came to the Gamescom 2021 event, there's a couple of videos from Darius. I won't play them here. I'll link them in the video description below. One being about Tommy lying about the Amico delay, saying there's, you know, just blaming the chip shortage again. And then even more amusing, he's actually forced to admit that there's no work being done on Earthworm Jim 4 because the team's been pulled off that and onto all the packing games instead. So again, none of the games are ready. And then we get to the pièce de résistance. So as I said earlier, if anyone's going to go into bat for the Intellivision Amico and say the sun is shining when there's Hurricane Ida knocking on your front door, it's OEB Pete. Old Terry Thomas with his silly tache. He managed a whole 4 minutes of word salad. In fact, it was almost half over before he actually got past his Pitfall 2 intro music. I mean, the whole Amico train is completely derailed off the tracks, but somehow Pete thinks that Intellivision's Hans has ruled the Gamescom event. Or Gamescom. In fact, Hans couldn't even rule the box factory visit, and all he had to show for $30 is an enclosed box. Apparently there'll be an RFID chip and a card containing a game that's a piece of NFT or non-fungible token. Basically, it's something that no one understands, and it just shows that Intellivision are trying to overcomplicate something that didn't need to be complex in the first place. Oh, and as he got into this latest video, he says he's thrown away the countdown to the Amico name. Good, because it's the only countdown which counted up, and he knows it's never coming out. And just after 2 minutes, he says that Hans was fantastic, even though all of this thing that you can see now was in German. And the only words Pete understood in German was Tommy Tallarico. And as you'll see at the top, it says Dauerwerbesendung, which was confirmed on Reddit as meaning infomercial. So it's no better than QVC or Ideal World or those endless 24-hour channels where two bored presenters spend an hour talking about how wonderful a £500 mattress is, when if you Google the exact same thing, you'll get it for half price everywhere else. And then there was some physical media, in Pete's words, and Tommy's distanced himself from saying physical media because it's now physical products. So we had Peter Griffin holding a tiny box, unless it's a big box, and that man is larger than he looked. Of course, as you can see, as they zoom in, it's so out of focus. It's untrue. And this is meant to be a paid-for advert. Focus hopeless. It's just, what? Absolutely no expense spent on the presentation. And then at the very end, you've got Hans looking like he feels so out of place. It's absolutely, good Lord. It's like, if you've ever seen Sunday Brunch on Channel 4 in the UK with Tim Lovejoy, he looks as out of place as that. He's just a presenter who's so out of his depth. It's untrue. How Tim Lovejoy gets work, I don't know. I think every time someone hires him, they're expecting Reverend Tim Lovejoy from The Simpsons, and then they realise they get this idiot, yet again. Still, you can spend $1 monthly. I did a membership thing on my channel. No one gave a toss. I did a Patreon thing. No one gave a toss. I'm just happy if you watch the videos. I'm happy with that. But still, OEB Pete thinks Hans ruled Gamescom because he talked in a language Pete didn't understand and made a commercial advert made to look like chit-chat. Just general chit-chat. Pete would probably think that general chit-chat is someone in Dad's army. But it's just beyond crazy, isn't it? It's just a big joke. This thing is not coming out. If it is, well, by the time if it does ever come out, nothing's working. But if somehow it does ever come out, why? By the time it comes out, even less people will be interested in. Anyone sort of mildly enthusiastic about this a long time ago is just kind of given up. I've got my pre-order money back. And I by the time it does come out, let's say it does come out, probably be another couple of years, and even less people will care. No one will buy it. No one will buy the games. Who was it? I think it was, who was it saying it now? I'm not sure whether it was Ninja Kitty or Canadian Gamer saying that when it comes to the Sesame Street games, because Tommy's talking about the Sesame Street game on the Amico. There's like a Sesame Street website which has 50 games anyway that you can play for free. So you can just play them on there anyway. They might be slightly different for the Amico because Tommy wants them all to have some sort of, unique selling point. But it won't be would you pay $10 plus the $280 console for something slightly different, or just think, I'll just go and have a quick go on the website for free? It's a no-brainer, isn't it? So it'll be more out of date by the time it comes out, if it does ever come out, and less people will care, and this thing will just die a quicker death. The longer it takes to come out, the quicker a death it'll die. So it's I don't know. Maybe Tommy's hoping that I've no idea where they are compared to where Hurricane Ida is. Maybe Tommy's hoping that Hurricane Ida will come along and just, when everyone's left for the day, the Amico Vision, Intellivision, maybe Hurricane Ida will stop by the empty office and just whiz the whole thing away, and then that's the whole thing done and dusted. I forgot the Fundable fundraiser thing. How did I forget that nearly? That's I think that's why Ninja Kitty brought it up, because you got they're just going for another round of funding. There's $25 million already raised in funding, and Tommy wants more. So the chip shortage is bollocks, quite frankly. It's just a lie. There's no chip shortage. He just wants more money. That's why I think they'll get more money, then they'll do the bankrupt thing, file for bankruptcy, and then head off with the money. I mean, if he needs to make money, Tommy's got a massive house. He's got, on that video that smashed JT's, he's got like 100 copies of Nightstalk or whatever, in original in box, or loads of those things. Loads of original Intellivision games in boxes that are unopened that he could flog on eBay, make a fortune, and then use that to fund the Amico. But will he do it with his own money? No, it's just other people's money. Like that game from that video, oh god, like that film from the 90s, Other People's Money, with Danny DeVito. I think Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner, yeah, they all came back. So, yeah, the Amico train has come off the tracks, and it's still going. And it's just going to trash as much more stuff as it keeps doing until it finally stops. It's not happening. It's not happening. Anyway, what is happening is the end of this video. So let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell for all the notifications, and cue Genesis.